Sevgili Ankaralılar,
Distinguished citizens of Ankara,
Bolulular,
distinguished citizens from Bolu and Kırıkkale,
sevgili
as well as Çankırı,
çok değerli kardeşlerim,
esteemed brothers and sisters, I would like to greet you all with my deepest regards at the outset of my remarks here today. We are here to inaugurate dams and wastewater treatment facilities today, and I am delighted to be with you here today on this very special occasion.
sizlerin şahsında
Now, on behalf of yourselves,
beraber diğer illerimizde yaşayan
I also would like to call out to all our citizens living in other cities across our country, and I would like to greet them all with my deepest regards. And from 4 different cities, today we will be inaugurating 4 facilities, actually 5 facilities in total together.
açılış sevincini
Now,
yaşadığımız tesislerden
we are very happy that these facilities are being inaugurated today, the most important of which is the second stage, the Gerede system here in Ankara for potable water. This project is going to contribute majorly to Istanbul's water security. As the population increases in our capital, it is imperative that we strengthen our infrastructure. We're talking about 1.2 billion Turkish lira of investment in terms of water. This is a visionary landmark, this Gerede system, and within the system we have the highest in Turkey and one of the highest in the world water transmission tunnels. The total length is 31.5 kilometers and 4.5 meters of diameter. For the first time, 3 tunnel drilling machines were used to build this very system. And the water resource is from the Gerede Basin, Ulusu River. Işıklı regulator will also play a very important role. The water that is brought from here will be sent to the Gerede tunnel without consuming any energy. This water will be taken to Çamlıca Dam. And with this system, we are going to bring high quality potable water to Ankara, and also up until 2050 potable water need of our city will be met. Now, up until now, the total amount of water given to the city of Ankara is 312 cubic meters, which is worth 1 billion Turkish lira. Now, Ankara has 5 million people, and right now 2 million people are actually benefiting from this Gerede system already. Now, despite the pandemic and the drought up until now, in Istanbul, we have not had any water-related problems, and the reason for that is this project. In addition to the Gerede system, today we are also inaugurating the Işıklı facility, wastewater management facility, and wastewater collector line. Now, with these facilities, Gerede's household wastewater and industrial wastewater will go to the 19-kilometer long collector, and they will be transmitted to the regulator, and per day 8,000 cubic meters of wastewater will be treated here in this water treatment facility. And as such, this wastewater will not be polluting the largest clean water resource in Turkey. Now, as we inaugurate these facilities, of course, we are not neglecting cities in the vicinity of Ankara. In Çankırı, with a 70 million lira investment, we built the Dereçatı Dam in Kırıkkale. 63 million for the Sulakyurt Dam, which will also be officially operationalized today. From the basement to 53 meters height with Dereçatı, we're going to be irrigating a vast amount of arable land with this new pressurized system, and as such we are going to increase the prosperity of our land, and we will be also saving energy and resources, and our farmers' costs will go down thanks to this cutting-edge new technology. Now, Karatözü River, on this river, 51-meter tall Sulakyurt Dam is also going to help us irrigate 25,000 acres of arable land, and per annum 17 million is the overall increase in income that we are aiming for, and we will be creating many jobs as well. And this facility will also use the latest technology, and as such will relieve the energy burden of our farmers. The total investment value is 1,400,000,000 for these 5 facilities, and I do hope that these facilities will be auspicious to all living in these cities. These investments will also contribute to the overall welfare of our nation. On this occasion, I would like to thank the DG contractors, our ministry, and our engineers and workers who made these substantial projects possible. Dear brothers and sisters, waters, seas, lakes, mountains, meadows are riches that we live on, granted to us by our Creator, and as the holiest of created as human beings, it is incumbent on us to make the best use of these resources as we maintain our lives. But as human beings, we should always also be careful. We should not steal from the rights of the next generations and other creatures. We should not be depleting these resources in a selfish manner. For that, our Prophet, may peace be upon him, said that even if you perform your ablutions in next to a running river, you shouldn't waste water, because water is something that other creatures have a right in, have a stake in, and our ancestors always attached great importance to building fountains and channels so that all living beings can enjoy water. And also our ancestors did everything they could to stop the wasting of water. Certain writers, especially for Istanbul, say that Istanbul is the world capital of water civilization, and this is a testament to the level of sophistication of our ancestors. Now, water derived from different resources were transmitted through aqueducts, some of which are still standing today. They would rest in pools, and then they would be measured by water scales. The pressure would be adjusted, and they would then be transferred to fountains across the city of Istanbul. Now, a similar engineering feat centuries ago actually took place in Andalusia. Andalusian Muslims built water canals, and they were so sophisticated that, according to certain resources, the capital of Spain, Madrid, the water needs of Madrid were, for long years, were actually met thanks to these water channels. Now, we need to be inspired and encouraged by this historical heritage, and we strive to make the best use of our water resources in Turkey. As a result, dear brothers, dear sisters, water equals life. That is our motto. We will continue to work to stop wasting of water, to address water pollution, and also to make the best use of our existing resources. We will continue to work on this, because all across the world we believe and we see that we are affected by climate change and drought, and our water resources are being depleted and becoming more and more scarce. Now, using open canals for water management is not the right way to handle this issue, because you have 60% or 70% of evaporation, and that causes wastage of water. That's why
bundan sonraki süreçte
we believe that in the upcoming period, rather than using open systems, we need to be using closed systems in order to make the best use of our resources, and this is what our investments are going to be focused on in the upcoming period. Now, in line with social and economic development, per capita consumption of water is increasing day by day. What is more, industrial and household waste is going into water resources, and that pollutes our water resources day by day. All across the world, in the run-up to 2025, due to water scarcity, 700 million people are expected to have to emigrate. Now, as water resources are being depleted, especially in countries where per capita consumable water is limited, this brings about a huge risk and a huge threat for Turkey. Every day, Turkey needs to do more to tackle this problem and to turn this negative picture upside down. Dear brothers and sisters, as I said previously, it is incumbent on us to protect our water just as we protect our homeland. We do not feel that there is any difference between the two. And as the government in the last 19 years, we have been dedicated to ensuring the water and food safety and security of our country, and as such we inaugurated a series of landmark projects. In order to make sure that our cities do not experience water shortages, we created an action plan for 81 provinces, and this action plan lays down what needs to be done in the run-up to 2040, 50 and 71, and as such we have planned for the potable water needs of our country. I would like to underscore one thing here in terms of provision of potable water in Turkey. One of the biggest problems is the high amount of losses and leakages. Our municipalities must tackle this problem, which is currently at 38%, and we are working to reduce it all the way to 20%. Our local authorities, rather than looking into new resources, should address the existing losses and unregistered usage in the grid. And all our municipalities, I believe, will exhibit the necessary level of sensitivity to tackle this issue. Water is one of the pillars of our civilization. We will continue to invest in water infrastructure. 277 billion lira is the total amount of investment, 600 dams, 423 lakelets, 593 hydroelectric power plants, 1,400 irrigation facilities, 263 potable water facilities were operationalized. And with these, actually, we achieved nothing short of a stunning accomplishment. Now, more than 41 billion Turkish lira we have invested into this area, 152 dams and lakelets, 225 irrigation facilities, 46 potable water, and 402 overflooding protection facilities. That's 1,000 facilities in total. We completed this, and in the last 19 years, 263 facilities resulted in potable water for 45 million additional people. With these facilities, we are also increasing the water storage capacity from now we have reached 177 billion cubic meters. From within the sea, with suspended pipes, we have been sending potable water to the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. The apple of Turkey's eye, the GAP project, up until 2002, 200 hectares of land was irrigated, but thanks to the investments that we initiated, we increased this up to 750,000 hectares. As for hydroelectric power plants, thanks to the PPE model, $60 billion of investment load was taken off the shoulders of the state. And as such, 44 billion kilowatt production was increased to 108 kilowatts. Now, we have been talking about climate change and increase in population. Storage facilities are gaining prominence because of these two things. And this, I should like to underscore, 26 underground dams were actually built to address these issues. In the run-up to 2023, number of underground dams completed will total 150. Now, in terms of industry, we attach great importance to effective use of water, and in order to reach our goals faster, and in order to alleviate conflicts when it comes to water, we are drafting a water bill in the parliament. By taking these steps in good time, we will be facing the future with greater confidence. Our government is committed to ensuring welfare and well-being for 84 million people living in Turkey, and our local authorities and other political parties will hopefully support our endeavors. With these sentiments, I would like to conclude my remarks, and I do hope that these facilities that we are inaugurating today will be auspicious for our cities and serve our country in the long run. Once again, let us never forget that water equals civilization, water equals life, and I would like to extend my gratitude to everyone who made these fantastic facilities possible, and I greet you all with my deepest regards once again. Thank you very much indeed.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, efendim hitaplarınız için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Zat-ı devletlerine bir müddet daha hediye takdimi, canlı bağlantılarımız ve kurdele kesimi için sahnede misafir etmek isteriz. Tarım ve Orman Bakanımız Doktor Sayın Bekir Pakdemirli'yi de Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza günün ve anlam önemine istinaden bir hediyesi olacak efendim. Sayın Bakanımızı da sahneye davet etmek istiyorum. Ardından canlı bağlantılara geçeceğiz.